Welcome back to another episode of My Optimistic Life. Today, I am taking you along with me to one of the local artisan markets that happen around the city during the summer. Every summer in Canada, there are so many local markets and events happening where local artists, creators, farmers, and small businesses come together to showcase what they create. There is food, music, people performing, and just this really positive energy around these places. So, this weekend, there were a few of these markets happening around the city, and I decided to explore them with my friends. So, come along with me. One thing I love about days like this is that nothing extraordinary is happening. It's just walking, exploring, trying different foods, listening to music, spending time with people. But sometimes these simple moments are the ones that remind you that life is happening. And while I was walking to the market, I started thinking about something that connects back to what we spoke about in episode 1. When you move to a different country, you don't just move physically, you also start rebuilding your life from the beginning. You leave behind your childhood, your family, your old friendships, the people who already know your story, the people who understand you without you having to explain yourself. And I think that's something we don't always realize. Back home, friendships can feel so natural, not because they are perfect, but because there is already a foundation. You grew up together, you have shared memories, you have people around you who have seen different versions of you. There is a comfort that already exists. But when you move somewhere new, you are starting from zero. You don't have the same foundation. You are meeting people who don't know your past. They don't know your struggle. They don't know the journey that brought you here. And slowly, you will have to build that connection again. And I think that's where that feeling of loneliness comes from. Because even when you have friends, sometimes there is still this small hollow feeling inside. A feeling of being away from something familiar. A feeling of missing a place where you belonged without trying. And when you're trying to build a life in a new country, sometimes you start looking at everything through a transactional lens. You think, what can this person do for me? What can I do for this person? Because everyone is also trying to build something. Everyone is trying to survive. Everyone is trying to create their own future. But sometimes everything is not transactional. Sometimes someone is just there to make you feel comfortable. Someone is just there to make you laugh. Someone is just there to make a place feel a little more like home. And I think those are the things we often take for granted when we are surrounded by them. For me, I feel lucky that I have found some friendships here that genuinely mean something. But they took time, they took effort, and I think that's the thing about meaningful relationships. You have to create moments, you have to show up, you have to give them time because those small moments are what slowly create a feeling of belonging. And while I was walking through this market, seeing people perform, seeing creators showcase their work, it made me appreciate these spaces even more because these places are not just about buying things, they are about people sharing a part of themselves, their creativity, their passion, their stories. And maybe that's why these places feel so special because everyone is bringing a piece of themselves into one shared space. And I think that's why these conversations matter because everyone is carrying something, everyone is figuring something out, everyone is trying to find a place where they feel like they belong. And through all of this, I still completed my 10 kilometers walk today, like I do every day. And I think that's why I love these walks because they give me time to think, time to reflect, time to appreciate the small things. Maybe finding home is not about one big moment. Maybe it is built slowly through friendships, through small experiences, through random weekends at markets, through conversations, through the people who make you feel like you belong. That brings us to the end. Please do like, share, and subscribe with people whom you think would resonate. Also, do share your stories and we can make them part of this journey. Thank you for coming along with me. Welcome back to my optimistic life. Thank you and see you next time.